Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 317. How fitting it was that the episode just before Christmas was 316. I don't know if you caught that or not. Anyway, it is December 26th, and today is a Friday. I have today off, and I have Monday off, and then back to work we go. And so time is running out. We need to make some things happen, need to make some money, obviously. And I had a lot of time to organize and get my mind straight and all that stuff. And honestly, I could have used another 3 or 4 more days and still would have been behind, but I did accomplish a lot. So I did update my spreadsheet. Well, let's talk real quick. I don't want to just gloss over it. You know, Christmas was yesterday, the second most important holiday of the year. You know, if you're not a Christian, if you're not a believer, you know, obviously everyone here wants to use their mind, wants to learn. I say you should go out there and learn a little bit more about it and understand a little bit more about it. You know, New Testament stuff, whatever you need to do to learn more about it. I don't want to make this into a speech about it or anything, but I think it's very important that you learn more about it, and hopefully you ask questions if you have any. I think it's a big deal. So anyway, I did think about doing a full sermon here actually, but I'm not going to. I updated my spreadsheet, and things are not looking great, and that $7,400 loss I took recently really hurt a lot, because we were starting to get close to where we wanted to be, and then things fell apart. In fact, we were getting close to the $1 million mark, and then things fell apart. So now, you know, I don't think it's going to happen this year. It would have happened for sure this week, but that 7 really pulled us away from it. So right now, I believe we are at 987, I believe. So getting close to the $1 million mark, but not quite there. And I feel like a lot of the frustration that I've had has contributed to me not getting there. Maybe taking things a little bit early, maybe getting a little too excited about things, and not making the best decisions. But we're back, and everything's going to be fine. And we're going to get there. It's just a matter of time. I think I'm more level-headed today. I'm feeling better today. Still want to get out there and make a lot of money, but we're going to make good decisions. First things first, I need to get fuel. Right now, I have like 30 miles range. So in the next 20 to 30 minutes, we're going to try to stop somewhere, get some fuel, and then we should be good the rest of the way to our casino that we're going to, our first casino anyway, and we'll see what happens from there. I also want to call Caesars because I believe that I have enough points, but they're not reflected on my card, and I want to know if I'm close enough or not. If I need to get a few more, I will. It shows on the card that I'm 14,000 points away, but I think that I should have already had that, so I'm going to call them and find out, and we'll get the rest of the points. I think we can make it, you know, even if it's 14 more. I hate to have to sit there that long and get all those points, but I'll do it, you know. I'm not one of these guys that does all the stuff with the points and getting the free play and all that. Don't want to, you know, talk too much about that. I'm not one of those guys. Probably should have been, probably would have done pretty well at it, but if I need to do it, I will. Today, kind of a rainy day. It's like a light mist right now. Traffic is kind of light, not too light though. There's still other cars on the road early in the morning. Roads are semi-dry, so not terrible. It's 38 degrees outside. Feels like temperature is 30. It looks like there's a special weather assessment. Oh, it's foggy according to this. and today's high is going to be pretty high. It's going to be 58, but it's going to rain all the way until about 4 p.m. So there's a significant chance of rain until 4 p.m. today. So we'll be careful. But right now we're just heading out for the day, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. I did get fuel and been driving for a little while now, and I just wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on with silver. As I said, this is just my experience. I'm not telling you to buy or sell or do anything here, but silver closed right before Christmas at a shocking $72 an ounce, and at that time it was selling in China for over 75. Silver is opening the day today at 75. I mean by 9:30, and it's already over 80 in China. Now, generally, you would go buy from here and sell it to China. Even if it was a nickel difference, you could arbitrage it. You could buy it and then sell it immediately and send it out for delivery, and you would make a profit. Now, we're talking about a $5 gap, not a 5-cent gap here, and it was even higher than that. Why isn't the gap closing? It's not closing because there's no silver available, and a lot of the dealers are not selling it, or they don't have it to sell. So generally, when they sell you silver from the bullion places, or any of the places, APMEX, any of those online, that they would normally do a short on silver. They would cover it. They would do options to cover it so that they make money off the margin on the silver, not off the silver price. So they want the silver price to remain flat so that they can make $1 or $2 margin off each ounce, and that's how they make their living. Well, with the prices changing so much, they can't guarantee that. When the price moves by $3 and they're selling 100,000 ounces a day or 10,000 ounces a day, you're talking about potentially millions of dollars here that they're losing a day if the price changes in the wrong direction. So they don't want that. So a lot of them now are just not selling it. They're saying pre-order, or they're saying back order, or they're saying not available at this time, or recalibrating our inventory, or things like that. So that's telling me that it's going to continue to have a lot of volatility. And in China, like I said, it's now over 80, and I expect it to be over 80 here. The option that I bought on whenever that was, Christmas Eve, or 23rd, or whatever that was, I think it was Christmas Eve, I was up like 85%. I'm up a couple 100% on it now. And I just wish I had more in there, that I could have done more, but I ended up buying the actual stock itself, and instead of the option with the rest of the money, because that's the only choice I had. And just on that stock, just buying it on the last trading day, I'm up 8% already, and the market hasn't caught up with the price. So I still fully expect it to reach 100 and more. But we'll see what happens with all that. It's a crazy time right now, unprecedented time, and I wish I had more in there to be able to do more. But I'm actually considering moving a large amount into the account, but it's going to take 3 days to clear, and I don't know if my opportunity is going to be gone by then. The other option would be to move something out of my Roth into it, which is not the best idea, but it would be considered a distribution, but it would be available 1 day earlier. I don't know if I want to do that though. So anyway, just wanted to update you. Silver price is through the roof right now, and it's even higher in China. Actually, it looks like 82 now in China, and it went from 67 to 72 the last couple days, and from 72 to 75 already in the first hour of trading today. So just wanted to let you know. I'll be back. Alright guys, since I'm bored and I'm driving anyway, let's talk a little bit about some gambling news that's been going on. Back about a week ago, DraftKings asked the Massachusetts Gaming Commission to void a $934,147 winning ticket. Actually, it was a series of winning parlays because they accidentally allowed the parlays to be done on total hit wagers. So basically, they lost and they were sore losers, and they're like, well, we shouldn't have even let them bet that in the first place. And so they asked if they could be voided. Now, this is Nathan Luke's 5+ hits, 6+ hits, 7+ hits, 8+ hits, and all those were done at the same time, and they shouldn't have allowed that to happen. Now, normally they wouldn't allow that to happen on the same ticket, so they'd have 5+ hits with a different parlay, with a different item for a parlay, and then 6 with a different one, 7 with a different one, and they would allow that. But they accidentally allowed all of them, and it was a total of 934,147. And thankfully, the vote was 5-0 to make them pay. So they did actually have to pay, and so then DraftKings Massachusetts regulators voted to enact the first in the nation regulations concerning player limits. So setting a limit for certain players. Now, obviously, if this was a fair market, then anyone should be allowed to bet any amount of money that they want, or everybody should have to only bet a certain limit, right? But if you're good, what these guys do is they'll say, okay, instead of your limit being $1,000 per game or per parlay or whatever, it's going to be $5 or $1 or something like that, if you're a good player. And of course, that's totally unfair. You're not treating people equally, and then people have to go open up multiple accounts and pay people for accounts and do all this stuff. And then the person setting up all these accounts is the bad guy, instead of the sports book, who's really the bad guy. You have a game that you defined with certain parameters, certain limits, and everybody should have to abide by those. Not letting, people, not the sports book picking and choosing who should have certain limits based on their skill level. That's just wrong. Same thing with Blackjack, and believe me, it's not over yet. I am working on something that will help advantage players. I don't want to say what it is right now, but it will make a difference. The truth is, if you're not breaking the law, you shouldn't have limits put on you. You shouldn't be kicked out of a casino. You shouldn't be kicked out of a sports book. I've already been banned from sports books that I haven't even signed up for. I go to sign up for them, and I've never placed a bet on them, and I'm instantly banned. That's not fair. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a little bit of good news there, that they were forced to pay the $900,000 to the players. So, all right, I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back, and extra loud music in here today. Just walked in. As soon as I walked in, I hear someone calling me, Joe, Joe, Joe. I'm like, what is going on? Nobody knows me here. I look behind me. It's a poker player, Pot Limit Omaha player, and he's waving me down. I go see him. He says, Merry Christmas. We shake hands, talk for a few minutes. He said that he called over an hour ago, and they should have his seat just about ready. He should be on top. And we go over. It looks like they're only short about one player to start a game. So I said, okay, well, put me on the list. He'll put me on the list, and they said, give us 5 minutes and we'll get something open. I said, all right, I'm going to take a walk for 5 minutes, and right now I'm doing just a quick search of some things here, and I'm seeing nothing. So my options are go play Blackjack or go play the Pot Limit Omaha. I was walking in to play Blackjack, and now I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go back to the poker area, and we're going to play Pot Limit Omaha, see how we do. Hopefully we have some good variance here, and I'll come back and update you, but that's what's going on right now. All right, guys, I am back, and still trying to get out of the grips of this stagnation. I walk in and I see a guy, I think I told you already, I see a guy that I know, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to go play Pot Limit Omaha. I'm like, okay, I'm up for it. I walk around, look at some slots while I'm waiting for my turn, find nothing, go to play Pot Limit Omaha. I buy $1,000 in chips to play with, and I'm like treading water for a long time. Then I have a nice big hit, and I'm ahead like $485. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go one more lap here and see how it goes, and then I'll probably get up and do something else. And in that lap, I had a full house beaten by quads, and I had a flush beaten by a full house. And I ended up walking away down $842. So minus 842, not exactly what I was hoping for. Walk around, look at some slots, find a couple tiny things, play those through, and now I'm ahead $17 on the slots. So I I ended up cashing out my voucher because I had a bigger voucher, cashed that one out. Went and played Blackjack, bought in for 500, and ended up losing that very, very quickly. In fact, I don't think I won a single hand with that first 500. Rebought for 500 more, ended up getting back to even, and ended up walking away from the table ahead $50. Now, when I was in that area, I didn't see any pit bosses that I thought knew who I was, but I still took a screenshot of my app just to see if they were going to put me in the system or not, and I didn't see that they put me in. And I checked about 20 minutes later, and I saw that yes, indeed, they did put me in the system. And why is this thing taking me this direction? You know what? I need to change something here. Let me change this. Hold on one second. I need to change my map because it's taking me the wrong way. Casino. Not that one, not that one, not that one. Yes, that one. Directions. And start. And oh, all of a sudden I'm going the wrong way. What do you know? Okay, so about 20 minutes later, I check and I have points. I'm like, oh, great, they put me in. Check the points. I got like a couple hundred points, and I checked to see my win-loss, and it didn't change. Okay, well, maybe they put me in as breaking even, which is, when I left the table, I said, oh, I broke even. Checked again in a little while, and they had me as winning $500. Now I'm angry. I'm playing slots. I'm ahead like $330 on slots, and I end up finding this machine. It's a low limit slot. It's like 60 cents a spin. It's an old machine that people don't really play, and it dragged on and on and on. I ended up losing just about almost exactly $100 on it. And then I said, you know what? That was like 2,000 spins on this thing, and I'm not playing with a card. So I said, I'm going to go talk to the pit boss. So, I went back to the area I was in, and I talked to the pit boss. I said, look, I know you're going to put me in no matter what, but I said, you have more cameras here than any bank there is. Can't you just get the amounts right? You guys put me in as winning 500. I did not win 500. I broke even. And he's like, no, I have you in here as breaking even. You bought in for 1,000. You cashed out for 1,000. I'm like, look at my app. Here's a screenshot before and after. It looks like I won 500. No, I promise. That could have been from 3 days ago. That could have been from 2 weeks ago. I've seen it take months to show up. I'm like, and it happened to show up the few minutes that I walked away from the table, and points were added to my account at that time. Get out of here. So I sat down. I was playing on the table while he was looking it up. I ended up winning $200 while I was doing that, which he did not put in this. I don't think he put it in the system, actually. But interestingly enough, when I checked the app, he put in $1,000 loss for me. So whatever I said, I guess he believed me, I guess, and he put in that I lost 1,000. Now let me see if he put me in for playing that second time at the table, and it looks like yes, he did. So wait a minute, he put me in for 3 more times at the table for a total. Then see, there was like 200 something points the first time. I only played for like 15 minutes. He put me in for 20 points, 6 points, and 60 points. And he put me in for a loss of $1,000. So he must have believed me. So let's go back to the win-loss here. And according to this, oh, now it got changed again. Now it looks like for the day I am back to where I started at the beginning of the day, which is interesting, like to the penny. So, okay, I'm okay with that. So overall on the Blackjack, I won 50 and 200 for 250. And on the Pot Limit Omaha, I lost 842. And on slots, I won $17 and $5.97. So that's like, what, $6.14? 614, 7, 814, 914, 914, and I lost 842. So I guess I'm up like $62, $72 for the session. So right now we are moving on to another casino and hopefully have some better things happen to us. And I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. It is about 5+ hours later, and that was a very long one. I was doing my best, man. I did not want to leave down. I was looking everywhere. I was trying to get points. I was trying to do all the things that I needed to do, and just looking everywhere that I possibly could. I ended up playing one session of Blackjack, and that was actually after a couple hours of playing slots and looking around and trying to find plays and stuff like that. And I just played for a short time, and they were like on me like glue, watching me. And a friend of mine actually got backed off here before he even raised his bet. So I didn't stay there too long. I ended up leaving the table ahead, $373 negative count, all that stuff. So $373. And then as far as slots, man, I was involved as much as $2,000, going down, going up, going down, going up, and I stayed down about $1,000 for hours and hours and hours. And it was just ridiculous. So long, I must have played 50 different machines over that time. And up $5, down $3, you know, I just up 50, down 20, back and forth, and I never thought I was going to make it. I was going to leave down about $700 2 or 3 times. I was just exhausted, and I didn't want any more of it. I kind of wanted to get out. I mean, it was just miserable, but I didn't want to leave down. I stayed with it, and I ended up coming back a little bit, but I still ended up leaving down on the slots quite a bit, actually. 356. So minus 356 on the slots after hours and hours and hours and hours, plus 373 on the Blackjack gives me 17 whole dollars. Add that to the 100 or 2 that we made earlier, whoop-de-doo, we still have nothing. I actually just had breakfast, 8:30 right now, just had breakfast. I was going by this place, it said chicken. I'm like, okay, well, I'll stop by, get some chicken. I'm thinking fried chicken or something like that. I get in there, and that's totally not what I expected. It's more of an ethnic place. It's more like chicken shawarma, which is good. He gave me that, and some pickles, some garlic sauce. And it was like this big plate, you know those plates that have the 3 spots, the combination plate? And he filled one with like 3 kinds of pickles, including some spicy peppers, which were really good. The other one with garlic sauce. And then the main area, the big area, I'm like, this is where the chicken's going to go. No, that's not where the chicken's going to go. He put fries in the fryer, and he's like watching the fryer. I'm like, did you forget about my chicken? And he's standing there and waiting, and then the fries are done, pulls them out, and he seasons them for like 2 minutes, putting seasonings and mixing and seasoning and mixing. And then he fills up the whole area with fries. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought I ordered chicken. And then he goes over to the little skewer that's churning, you know, and he gets like a pound of chicken and puts it on top of it, and then he puts this like molasses on top of that and this other sauce on top of that, and completely filled the whole thing, and then put a giant piece of bread on top of the whole thing. This thing weighed like 3.5 pounds, and he gives it to me, and it was like $12. It was such a great deal. And I had pulled over to the side of the road to go into this store here, this restaurant, and I just sat there and enjoyed my food and relaxed for a while and just shook my head at the way the day's been going. And right now, we're not done. I know it's going to be after midnight already before we get home, but we can't be done now because we haven't made enough money. We need to go make some more money. And so we're going to go to another place. We're going to try to play some blackjack, hopefully have some positive variance, and we'll see what happens from there. But long session, crazy experience. Played so many slots. I mean, so many. I haven't played that many slots in such a long time. But thankfully, ended up coming back from being down quite a bit, and overall ended up barely ahead. And we're going to move on here. So let's move on to another casino, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back, and yeah, it was okay. It was extremely busy. I saw advantage players from multiple cities that I know in here that usually don't go here. And so there was very little, really. Played some slots, and I was ahead about $36, something like that. Bought in for 20, and I was up to like 56, and walking around looking for stuff and not finding anything else to play. And I found a blackjack table, and they had just started the shoe. The guy was very angry that was sitting there. There was one player playing. So I positioned myself between two blackjack tables and a baccarat table so I could see what was going on at all three. And I looked like I was just hanging around. My back counted, and count started going up immediately, and this guy's losing, and the count's going up, and he's losing, and it's going up, and he's losing. And finally I noticed that he's pretty much out of money. He pushes a couple hands, and then he loses, and he's done. And he said, "Could you just hold a seat for me?" They said, "Sure." I sit down, I play. I played down to negative count. It was like a true 2 1/4, 2 1/2, somewhere in there when I sat down, and within a deck or so, it had evened out and gone negative. And I got up and left, and I said, and I ended up ahead. At first, it was a little bit rough, but I did end up ahead, 500 even on it. And I said to the dealer, I said, "Don't tell that guy that I won. Tell him that I lost or something, because I don't want to make him feel worse." But so I ended up ahead 500 there. Went back to slots, talked to a couple people, couldn't find anything, and I'm getting ready to leave. And I'm consolidating my slips that I have so I can just cash out at once. I put a slip in this machine, and I look, and nothing came up on the screen. And I'm like, "What's going on?" And this guy is standing there watching a table, and he says, "Yeah, that happened to a friend of mine. They have to come get it for you. The slot where the money goes in is moved over about an inch, and it's below the area where you put the money in. So you're actually putting the money in over the slot and into the actual machine." So my slip was for $56. And as I was standing there, a friend of mine walks up to me and says, "Hey man, I got a play right there for you. Give me $100. I'm like, I don't know about that. And he's like, come on, give me $100. So I turn the chair around, I give him the 100, I walk over there with him, and first spin he hits it for $144. So I'm like, okay, well, I want to give him something, and I've been waiting around for this lady to come for this machine for 20 minutes. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just give them half of it, or almost half of it. It was like a profit of 143 or something like that. Um, that right? Yeah. And then so I just said, look, man, the lady's coming for this machine. If you want to stand here, there's like a $56 voucher. You can have it. And he's like, yeah, cool. That's cool. So he stood there and waited for that. I played a couple things on the way out and ended my session ahead, 117 on the slots and plus 500 on the blackjack, and that's triple what I've made the whole day, and I made it in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So kind of crazy, but you know, just got to be patient. Eventually it'll come. The worst thing you can do is go off the deep end and start playing okay plays and not great plays. Like I've done that so many times, and it's a trap, because you're like, okay, well, it's getting close. In a couple spins, it's going to be in range. Then it takes 14 spins instead of 2, and all that is minus EV until it gets to the spot where you want it to be. And until then, you're just giving money away. So you're hoping, okay, so if my bottom number, let's say on a must-hit buy, let's say the break-even point is 995, which it's never not going to be, okay? But let's say it's 995 on a must-hit by 1,000, and you're playing it at 985. Well, you might lose $500 by the time it gets in the range. And the range that you're saying, the normal range, okay, let's say you're saying 995 is in range, that's break even. So that's not even great. So you're putting in money to get to the break even point. And, you know, somehow in our minds we convince ourselves that that's okay, and, you know, it'll work out and all that. And all you're doing at that point is gambling. I mean, you understand what's going to happen, you know when it's going to happen, but in the meantime, you got that variance in the middle, and you're already going to have to deal with variance already. So just because a machine is in range doesn't mean that you're going to win money on it. It means that you should win money on it in the long run. In the short run, you could lose money. Then when you're losing money getting to there, then you could really be in trouble. So just watch out for that. So like I said, a couple okay sessions there, and it's been a crazy day. I've seen some crazy people. I was sitting at a table, and I was playing like $100, I think, a hand, and guy comes to the table, and it's me in the middle, and there's a guy to my left, and this guy is a friend of his. He comes to the table, puts out $4,000. He buys in for $4,000, and he gets $4,000 in chips, all purple, puts it all out there, pushes his first hand, puts it out there again, and loses the second hand, and they both take off, because I guess they were together. And I'm like, geez, that's like $4,000. You know, $4,000 in EV, how long it takes to make $4,000 in EV takes quite a long time. This business is not a get-rich-quick thing, I can tell you that for sure. I mean, depending on how much you're playing, it's probably going to take you 50 to 75 hours to get $4,000 in EV. So anyway, I'm going to continue on here about 10 o'clock right now, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. So if you'll remember, a couple days ago I was talking about silver and the price of silver going to be going up, and it had just hit 60, 65, and I said it's going to be going higher. And you know, it's not financial advice or anything like that, but I bought some options with the little bit of money that I had in cash. The rest of it was in accounts where I could not buy options, so I ended up just buying the stock. And so let's go through this real quick. I didn't buy much, but I bought 104 shares on one of my accounts, and in the last day and a half, business days, it's up 14%. In another account, I bought more. This was after the first one. It's up 11.5%. And then the small amount of options that I bought, those right now are up 432%. 432%. And there's still like 20 days. Let me see. Last price was $5.89. The ask is $6.40. So it's going to go up a lot more. and we are still, how far out? 21 days out, and I'm hoping Monday, I believe, is Monday a trading day? Yeah, it's a trading day, but I don't think my money clears up until Tuesday. I'll be able to buy some more options on Tuesday. I don't know. Maybe I should have made a move to move a lot more money over, but I didn't. But I should be able to buy more options Tuesday. We'll max that out. And I didn't see the exact amount we were ahead, but it was quite a bit. It was a couple thousand, 1,500, something like that, ahead in 2 days on that. And believe me, silver is going up a lot more. So this morning, silver opened up like 74. Let me see, we're up about 1,500, I believe. And it closed at $79.39. $79 silver. Last year at this time, silver was in the mid-20s. It's up 200% in the last 12 months. That's craziness that it moved that much that quickly. It's so amazing. So I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to add to my position. It's going to go up and down. I'm going to actually probably, now that I'm thinking about it, probably move maybe another 10,000 over, and probably put that in March futures. That's when things are really going to hit the fan. In January, it's going to go up. I'm expecting it to go up over 100, maybe 150. But by March, it's either going to stay around 150 or it could be as high as 300. So I'm not telling you to buy it. Please don't buy it because of me. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, and I've done a lot of research on this, and it looks like this is not going to go back down. It looks like $70 to $80 is going to be the new floor. Even right now, with it trading at $79 in the U.S., it's trading much higher in China. It's in the mid-80s right now in China, and that should tell you something because they're not messing around over there. They need the silver for solar panels, for cars, for all these different things. And they know that our vaults are almost empty here, and they're willing to buy it at any price. And people are buying it right now and asking for delivery, putting it on a plane, which is expensive, and flying into China and selling it because they're making a $7 an ounce premium. Imagine 100,000 ounces. You're making $700,000 with zero risk. You're buying it. As long as you can pick it up and you're taking it over there, anything that it costs subtracted out of the $700,000, what's it going to cost? $20,000 to ship it there? You're going to make $680,000 doing that. That's pretty amazing. But really, the price difference normally is like 25 to 50 cents, maybe 60 cents an ounce between New York and London and China. Right now we're talking about between $5 and $7 consistently, and until that gap closes, it's going to be undervalued if you ask me, and I'm going to keep on buying options for it and ride it all the way up. And believe me, the worst thing that's going to happen is eventually it's going to level off and come back down, and I'll still be ahead. There's no way that I'll be behind on this trade because silver in the long run is going to continue to go up. So anyway, just thought you'd want to hear about that. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. Just getting home right now, and forgot to wrap things up here. So let's go through our stuff here. It is 1:30, and it was a long day, but we did what we needed to do, and we worked hard. And can't say that we didn't do anything that we were supposed to do. We looked at everything and got every ounce of money that we could out of it. Let's do our segments. What did you eat today, MW? I had that chicken from that place that was very unexpected. It was pretty good. With having some carbs and stuff in there, my stomach did hurt a little bit, but overall the food was really good. I would probably give it a Jack on a scale of 2 through Ace. It was really, really good. The price was really cheap, and so that was great. And what did you tip today, MW? I actually, today I had all these different Blackjack sessions and all this other stuff, and for all those I tipped 0, but for the first time, maybe ever, I actually tipped the guy who made my food because he put so much food in there and it was so good. He took so much care of it, and all that. And I tipped him like whatever, 15%, like $2. So the $2 is what I tipped. And what did you learn today, MW? I guess grind. You got to keep grinding. You got to keep going. When you're down, when you're up, uh, both financially and mentally. When you're feeling bad, when you're feeling good, when you're making money, when you're losing money, you got to keep on grinding and take it one step at a time. And I saw some advantage players at the end of the day that were grinders. They're definitely grinders. They'll go one step at a time. They'll make $5. They'll make $8. They'll make $10. And sometimes when we're making a lot of money, we're like turn our nose up. It's a little play. It's only $2, $4, but we got to take every play that we can. Obviously, you don't say no to a bigger play, so you could take a smaller play. But if it's in front of you and there's nothing else around, you take that play. So anyway, I'm gonna get some sleep, and we'll catch up tomorrow. Actually, we'll catch up Sunday, which is tomorrow technically. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.